Hello everyone, my name is LaPrecious and welcome to my channel. Let's talk with LaPrecious. So today I'll be doing a review on the J Balvin Vibras tour. So to all of you who are fans of J Balvin, you guys know that he is on his Vibras tour. And since I live in North Carolina, he had a tour day in Greensboro, North Carolina this past Wednesday, and I decided to go to it. For whatever reason, Greensboro's having like a Latin fusion this fall season because in September they have Romeo Santos. I didn't want to go to that because I liked him better when he was with Aventura instead of by himself. Then in October they had J Balvin. In November they're going to have Bad Bunny. And then in December they're going to have Ozuna. So I told myself this year that I want to have more fun, that I want to do more things that I like to do, that I want to go out and see different things and just give myself that life experience. So I decided to make a pick out of the four artists that were going to come. And I said, which one do I listen to the most? Now, the battle was between J Balvin and Bad Bunny because I like Ozuna. I love his voice when he sings, but I like more of his songs when he features on them instead of those being his original songs. Bad Bunny, he's come out with a lot of good songs, whether they were his own songs or feature songs. And J Balvin, I feel like he could just blow all them out of the water because to people that are new to Latin music, I'm not. I've been listening to Latin music, especially reggaeton, back when it was only heavily known amongst Latinos before it became a nationwide or worldwide music genre. Anybody who's a fan of J Balvin knows him since his Sin Compromiso days, because Sin Compromiso was like one of his blowout singles before he became this mega superstar that he is now. And he also had the remix of Sin Compromiso with Joel and Randy, who seemed to be like his favorite duo features because he has a recent song with them called Bonita that's with Joel and Randy. And they make a really good trio whenever they do songs together. So that so he really does a good job with those two. So the concert was good. And when I say good, it was excellent, magnificent, everything you could ask for in a concert. So the ticket that I bought, which was a ticket that I could afford, at first I think it was a no, it wasn't a it might have been a balcony seat. But when I went to the Coliseum, because the concert was held at the Greensboro Coliseum, I live in Winston. And to those of you who live in North Carolina know that most major tour concerts are either in Charlotte, Raleigh, or Greensboro. And since Greensboro is right next door to Winston, that's why I chose to go to the Greensboro Coliseum. And plus, that was where they had it. So that was just perfect for me. So when I went into the building, I bought my ticket online on Ticketmaster. And when I went into the building, they told me the seats had been rearranged. So I was like, okay. So I went ahead and got my ticket that they printed off. Then I went ahead and got it cleared. And then I went to go take my seat. And so my seat was an excellent seat because even though it wasn't a floor seat where you're pretty much sitting in just regular chairs and you're free to move around and whatnot, and you can run to the first stage or the second stage that's behind you because in the Coliseum, they had like a main stage in the front. Then in the back, they had like a box stage. And so my seat was like right beside of the stage, and I didn't have anybody standing in the way, anybody, blocking my view or nothing. I had an excellent view. So the show started at 8 o'clock, and there was this DJ that opened up for J Balvin. He was amazing. He played all the goody goldies of reggaeton. It was like a reggaeton history session when he was playing like all of those different songs. And that brought back a lot of memories because they played Daddy Yankee's Gasolina. I remember I was in the fifth grade. This was back in like 2005, 2006. And I remember that song was really popular because Daddy Yankee has actually been rapping since the 90s. And then he moved into the 2000s with Nicky Jam. And see, most people don't know Nicky Jam has been rapping for a really long time because he was with Daddy Yankee at one point, and they were a duo called Los Cangres. Because back in the day when reggaeton music was, popping, but not as popping as it is nowadays, you had tons of those, duo groups because you had Los Cangres, which was Nicky Jam and Daddy Yankee, Winston and Yandel, Alexis y Fido, Rakim and Y. And I believe Tito Bambino, he was in a duo too, because I think it was in a duo when he did that song, El Boom. That was one of his popular songs that came out at the time. And so now, reggaeton music is changed, the sound is changing, the artists are changing up a little bit. but it still has the same subject content, but I can tell now it's having more of a universal theme where instead of it just being for people that are used to that raunchy, hood ghetto like mentality type of sounds, like the stuff you hear in hip hop music. Now its subject matters are talking about love and attraction and the curiosities of life. And some of them they still talk about sex too. But it's just more universal than it used to be. So the DJ was really good, and I like the fact how it ended with Elvis Crespo's Suavemente, because he was like, I know you guys know this, and then your parents will probably do too. And as soon as he played it, it was like Suavemente, Besame, and then, started playing the merengue beat that it was on and everything. People were dancing, I was dancing, so I just really had a good time. Then when the DJ ended, he only lasted maybe like 30 minutes, and then after he ended, his session, they started playing, walk around music. This is the time that you use the bathroom, get your drinks and all of that. And so, it was cool for what it was. But once they played like one song a second time, I'm like, okay, J Balvin, you need to come out. Like, I'm not trying to listen to all these, songs over and over again. Come on, come out. And so eventually at 9 o'clock, the lights dimmed, everybody had their phones out, including me. And then, the screen came up and then he jumped up out the stage and I was like, oh my gosh, J Balvin. And then he started singing. He started out with this song Magica. And since the name of the tour is Vibras, most of the songs he sung was from the Vibras album. Now with J Balvin, I never did listen to the Vibras album that much. I really didn't want to because I wanted to come to the concert and get a feel of how the album sound and whatnot. And he actually has a lot of good songs on there because one of my songs that I heard that I never heard before from that album is Ahora. And that song is pretty much about him being attracted to this woman that he sees, and then they kind of play with each other and stuff. So I liked it. So that was one of the songs from the Vibras album that I liked. And then he performed, Mi Gente, and his songs with not J Balvin, Bad Bunny and Prince Royce, well, Sensualidad. And then he performed the I Like It song, his part that he did with Cardi B and Bad Bunny. So he really gave a great show. Now he's somebody I would recommend you see if you like Latin music, or if you want to be into some new type of music, because I've heard a lot of bad reviews about other artists where they come late, don't show up, halfway singing the songs, not on key, not on beat. J Balvin had the dance moves, had the voice, everything on pat. One thing that I also noticed about J Balvin was that he Patel is very open minded and diverse, because I did see some diversity in the dances that he had. And of course, you guys know that, when a lot of reggaeton videos and stuff like that, they usually have really white skinned Latinas dancing and, you know, gyrating, like people say, or, being a love interest and whatnot. But with J Balvin, you're kind of noticing he's kind of exploring, different skin tones and whatnot, because he had dancers where you could tell they were Hispanic, white, black. He just had that diversity. And even in the Aorta video, the woman of interest that the song was about was a light skinned black woman. And so that's something I was really happy to see, because in the Latin music world, especially with music, you really don't see that much diversity in skin tones, especially when it's like those major, major, major Latin artists. So I really did enjoy seeing that, not only just hearing the diversity, but also seeing it. And another thing that I really wish I would have did was got a floor seat. I couldn't afford it at the time, but I still had a good seat. I wanted the floor seat because you know how sometimes they have like those blowout torches where they be blowing out money and confetti and candy and stuff. He blowed out money at this show, and it went all over the floor seat people. And I was hoping that they would kind of turn it and blow it on our side. But when they got to our side, we just got confetti and maybe $2 or $3 that fell out the canister. So I'm like, okay, I ain't getting no money tonight. So that was that. But J Balvin did an excellent job, and he did an amazing job with this tour. And I'll still support him. I'll still listen to his music. And I really do hope to meet him one day, because even though, performers sometimes they could put on a face and, put on an act and whatnot, I think that he's the same when he sings, does his music, as he is in person. So I hope you all like this video. I hope that this video inspired you all to see J Balvin. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below in the comment section. Have a good day.